I was in Bruges for like 2 days and I did a walking tour, which I would highly recommend. They tell you so much interesting stuff about a place, and I ended up staying like half a day more than I originally planned to because of that walking tour. But Bruges is just like 2 hours out of Brussels, and I would highly recommend you go there. It's really cool. For lunch the first day I was in Bruges, I had this huge waffle. Here's my hand in comparison. It was great. I learned that Bruges is known for their lace, and look at it, it's so pretty, it's so dainty and delicate and detailed. I loved it. I got a few of these ornaments to give to people for presents because they're just so cute. This is the main town square, and it was bustling. There were so many pretty buildings, and it's just got such a good vibe. They also have so many horse-drawn carriages, which is really fun. Basically, I just walked around the city, went out and saw some swans and a really pretty castle on my walking tour, and saw some musicians. Oysters are apparently a traditional food in Bruges, so I had a big plate of those and they were really delicious. I did a boat tour, which was so much fun, and you get to see the city from the waters. The tour guide was awesome. I would recommend a boat tour anywhere with a canal because they're really cool. After the boat tour, I came back to this little outdoor market to buy a thing that I had seen earlier in the morning, but I love outdoor markets, guys. These are so fun. So I went to 2 cathedrals when I was in Bruges. The first one has a vial that has a piece of Jesus' clothes that has his blood in it, so that's super cool. And then the second cathedral I went to had a sculpture by Michelangelo, Madonna and Child, and that's the only statue that he did that left Italy during his lifetime, which is really cool. And of course, I went to see a lot of chocolate shops because Belgian chocolates are famous, and you gotta look at chocolate when you're in Belgium. Let me just say, looking at these chocolates made me so happy. They had so many different kinds and it all looked so beautiful. After Bruges, I headed off to Brussels. So on the first morning that I was in Brussels, I headed out to Parc du Cinquantenaire. They have these huge arches there, and it was a really beautiful morning. It was cold but sunny and slightly foggy, as you can see through the trees. It was such a nice day, and the arches themselves were massive and they were so cool. There was actually a school event there, and I just thought that was so cool that little kids get to hang out at these beautiful arches. That's so neat. So after the arch, I headed back to the city center. I passed through this cute little outdoor market, and then I was back in the main square. After looking around the main square for a bit, I headed into the Brussels Museum, which is in the square, and that was a lot of fun. And after grabbing a bite to eat, I headed out to the Atomium, which is this giant atom, and it was really cool. There was also a huge fair outside of the atom, but the atom itself was huge. You could line up and go inside it, but the lineup was really long and I didn't want to pay money and then line up for 2 hours to go inside, but I'm sure the view from inside would have been epic. But yeah, this was so cool. It was a lot bigger than I expected. After the Atomium, I met up with 2 friends that I had made in Bruges, and they were also in Brussels that day, so we wandered around a bit, and that was my trip to Belgium. Overall, it was such a good time, and I think Bruges was one of my favorite cities that I went to, and I would definitely go back there.